Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sitting Ringside. As always, I am Robert Villa, and with me, my homies Mark Ambu Miller, Rudy Lara, and David Rodriguez will be jumping on here in a little bit as soon as he gets home from work, but he will be on.
Makes me sad, bro.
I know, man. Well, we got a banger show tonight, fellas. We do have two guests scheduled. That doesn't mean that they will be jumping on. Things can happen. So before we get started, guys, let's do a quick shout out to HKA USA. Go to hkausa.com and support them. Also to our streaming partners, Flow Combat, Fight TV, ESPN Plus, DAZN, and MMA TV. Also, shout out to the promotions that we are partnered with. Shout out to them: XFN, Brave Combat, PFL, Fight World MMA, One Championship, and the list goes on. So go check it out if you want to go see who we work closely with. Yeah. So, fellas, let's do the quick rundown. Oh, wait. Quick shout out to foxhoundfuel.com. Go to foxhoundfuel.com. Use our discount code for 20% off all your purchases. FBMMA. And if you are watching this video, get your phone out, scan the QR code so you can get that discount. Also, to the fellas, if you want to have some nice, comfortable underwear, just like this guy right here, go to my buddy's website, John Tyler. Click the QR code right there. Use our discount code for 20% off all your purchases. It's Fightbook in all caps. Also, if you want to get some merch, go to our merch tab at the website or scan the QR code. You can get a hat, t-shirts, sweaters, whatever. And like I said, if it's not there and you want it, let me know. I'll make it happen.
If we don't got it, you don't want it. I think that's the correct phrase, Roberto.
Okay, if we don't got it, you don't want it. Right on. Well, let's do the quick rundown of the events that are happening this weekend in the MMA, kickboxing, grappling, Muay Thai category. On October 20th, One Friday Fights 37. Let's freaking go. That is going to be live streamed at the website. And also, I will have the live results. And Anthony Pettis' FC8 Manchester Fight Night. That's happening tomorrow night as well. And on the 21st, we have, of course, UFC 294. Makhachev versus Volkanovski 2. In the boxing bare knuckle slap category, we have BKFC 52 South Carolina. That's going to be streaming live at the website. And we have Alliance Boxing Blake Anderson versus Darren Fletcher. And that is also going to be streaming live at the website. Live on DAZN, we have it here in England, Liverpool. Jack Catterall versus George Linares. This is the 12-rounder in the junior welterweight division. Also live on DAZN in Inglewood, California. Alexis Rocha versus Giovanni Santillan. This is another 12-rounder in the welterweight division. And last but not least, in London, Mikel Lal versus Isaac Chamberlain. This is also another 12-rounder in the cruiserweight division. No title fights this weekend, which is pretty weird because we've been seeing a trend that almost every weekend
It's bullshit, bro. There
There's,
should
I
be a
know,
title
man.
fight for something.
There should be.
Tire
Well, we got the
fighting, World Fighting
UFC,
Championship.
right? I mean, we need
We got
something,
the
man.
UFC, bro. What are you talking about? It's like,
I know that's what I'm saying. We have UFC.
I was a little, I was a little bummed at first, when Alvera got hurt,
Oh, dude.
and then when Costa had that goat's vagina on his elbow, um,
Mm.
I was kind of bummed. But then, I saw the replacements, and this is gonna be a pretty dope card, man.
Hmm. If it wasn't good already, it just got better. Let's
It's
just
gonna
put
be
it that way.
easy money on the
Easy.
table here.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You-
It's Russia versus the world.
Russia
Right?
versus the world,
I mean,
bro.
pretty much.
No, you can't say that shit.
I mean, on the card.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
we're trying to win our Russian fans back, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, they're all what's been going on over there. We've lost a lot of
failed,
fans.
Mark.
Yeah. My bad.
You did bad,
You
bro.
are so dumb.
Well, just like David says, if you're not watching every single minute of every single fight, tweeting it, talking about it, promoting it on all your social medias, guess what? You're not a real fight fan.
You got to be doing
And
the
what
fucking
else?
Friday challenges. Do the fucking Friday challenges, folks. Because if you're not, 100% not a real fight fan. And I
100.
would say get a nice loaf of bread this weekend, because there's going to be quite a few decisions. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
They may not be boring, but I think there's going to be a lot of decisions on this card, which isn't a bad thing.
It
But
isn't.
for those of you who aren't into that sort of thing, you may eat a sandwich or 10.
Get a start now. Start getting all your sandwich meats, all the condiments.
Yep.
No. Honestly, I think this is going to be a banger card. It's going to be fun. But I'm serious. I think there's going to be a lot of decisions. It's not going to be boring, but there's going to be decisions.
Might be a few finishes,
It's
but
going to be a lot of.
it's mostly going to be decisions.
It's going to be
You
a
know what I
lot
mean?
of grind you down Dagestani style fights. And that's not for everybody. A lot of people, but there's a lot of bangers on this card. A lot of them, but I guess we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Our guest that is scheduled on for today, we have JT Tilley, CEO of Slap Fight Championship. Hopefully, we can get him on. I know he's pretty busy, but things happen. Also, UFC vet Sam Alvey will be joining us later tonight as we do our rundown and picks for UFC 294. It's going to be a fun night. We've had Sam Alvey on the show before, so yeah, let's get to our recap, man. We had a UFC event last weekend.
What'd you think about
there's David. You know what, man?
Here he is.
It was pretty good. I was at a family barbecue, still watching the event and posting the results on the website. It was it was fun.
You
I
didn't
don't
watch
know
it.
what
You're
to
not
do.
a real fight fan.
Yeah, I don't know what to what. I'm gonna go with a 7, man. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Nope. It was a 3.
A 7.
It was a 3.
You know what?
David's going with a straight up 3. He's like, nah, fuck
I'm
that.
trying to be nice, but honestly, there were so many decisions on this card. Let's just go halfway. Out of 10, we're gonna go 5.
Yeah, but they were entertaining decisions.
They were.
I think all the fights were fun.
Yeah.
You know who really got their ass kicked was Russian Ronda Rousey. God, I hope I never see her again.
Yeah, that terrible pick on my part. I picked her, and
same here.
Yeah, that was her fight to lose, and yeah, she lost pretty.
No, my top went to shit for that whole card. I don't even want to talk
Not
about
mine. It was a good card, man. Yeah, I guess a 7 is fair. The main event, bro.
I'll go 6.5.
That main event, that was a badass war, dude. That was awesome.
Barboza still has it.
I honestly, I
told
gave
y'all.
it to Joseph to win.
And he almost did.
You did.
I think he won that fight.
What?
I do.
Maybe the
Nah,
first
I don't think he
round.
Look
won
at the
that fight.
damage.
Maybe
Look
that
at
first
look
Nah,
round,
at
but
the
bro.
then
damage, bro.
He
The
won.
damage.
He won the first.
he made that boy do the
He won
stinky
the
leg,
first
though.
round.
Barbosa made that boy do the stinky leg.
Yeah, the commentary was even thinking like the first round could have been score. Dominic Cruz said it could have been a 10-7. Obviously, it was, in fact, like a 10-8. So it's just one of those fights where like the old dog, Edson Barboza, Sadiq Youssef in defeat, still classy and still sharp, taking his losses. And he'll be back, man. That was his first main event fight against pretty much a legend, right? And Edson
Mm-hmm.
Barboza. So going the distance with him, he'll be back strong. But credit to Edson, man. He is forever the gatekeeper at 145. All
Yeah,
time.
that was probably the best fight for me of the night, man. That was a killer fight. And then Jonathan Martinez piecing up Adrian Yanez.
Oh,
That was
dude.
pretty dope, dude.
Those leg kicks were brutal. You thought Edson Barboza throw leg kicks? Dude.
Yeah,
But
he's
other
gonna
than
be
that,
yeah,
other than that, I
135.
mean, those are really the only like standout
Well,
fights for
you
me.
had Terrence McKinney.
Yeah,
Knee
but
to
that
the
was
head.
expected, bro. That was expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was expected almost as much as Michel Pereira at his actual weight class of 185 at just starch and
Uh,
broski, but short notice.
Right?
But I mean, we know what Pereira brings to the table, and now that he doesn't have to cut weight,
Steroids.
yeah,
Starting next year.
Everybody ducking Michelle.
we'll
That
get to
doesn't sound so
steroids
scary.
later. And outside the cage news,
Epo TJ's coming back next year, folks. Don't worry.
but an ultimate lock that I've always I definitely get this guy's fights right every time. You guys know that. Darren Elkins is the all-time junkyard dog. I should have predicted.
Oh,
a third round
man,
finish, but, I
dude.
mean, you have to kill him in the cage to get him out of there. So, TJ Brown, no bueno, but he hung in there 3 rounds, and Darren Elkins finally got him out of there, right?
Yep.
I told y'all.
Yeah. But a fight that totally fucked up my picks. Jennifer Maya let me down and probably let the rest of you. I think we all picked Maya, right?
We all did, I
Yep.
think.
Yeah.
Except for Rudy, right? Or did Rudy pick Maya too?
No, I
Did
picked
you
Maya.
Yeah, we all picked Maya.
Okay.
Vivian Araujo.
Yeah, we all picked Maya.
Really by unanimous decision?
Nah, she won by steroids, bro. Did you see the way she looked? Dude. I mean, she looked like dude. Nah. But seriously, she was just jacked, bro. She's definitely on roids.
Who's playing matchmaker? Who do you think they give Jonathan Martinez next?
Oh,
Vivian
man.
Araujo.
He's fresh too. I mean, he didn't really take a whole lot of damage. He might get a fight before the end of the year because we'll get the fight bookings. They did add quite a few to like the December 16th card and December 9th, some quick turnarounds. So yeah, that's why at 135, man, like that guy's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I totally agree, man.
Mark, who do you give him at 135? Fuck it, Dominic Cruz.
Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Dominic. Why not? Fuck it.
Hey, it's leg kicks, man. Like I don't think Dominic, as much injuries as he's had to his knees and
Bro,
with his feet,
Dominic Cruz, he won't last one fucking round against Jonathan Martinez.
Sean O'Malley.
Well,
Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, see, I mentioned it too because like the rest of the guys, everybody above him's booked. Ricky Simone got booked. Chris Gutierrez. Then you got like the Pedro Munoz's, Rob Font's fighting David.
Adrian Yanez, man, give him Adrian Yanez.
Yeah, and then I mean Sadner Magomedov, he's fighting this weekend. So I don't know. You got Kyler Phillips out there, Yanez, like you said, Rob. So yeah, he's gonna get high profile names from here on out. Though he's getting fight of the night bonuses or. So the guy is a stud, man. And he's actually a friend of, what's his name, trained with Coach Swan and Clovis and Roy Salcedo. So, so yeah. But yeah, man, the guy is, he's definitely earned his keep in the UFC and keeps going out there. And, like, he already beat Cub Swanson He's a legend of the game. It stopped him with leg kicks, so. But overall, you guys are grading this card way too high. It was a 3.
3.
I'm gonna give it. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and change my pick to a 6.
And my worst pick of the night, Rudy called me out on it. Ashley Yoder.
Ashley Yoder.
I think that was,
Fuck off. I don't want to talk about that. No.
that was a mistake. I was clicking him in, and they accidentally hit Yoder. I didn't mean to pick her. Okay, but she's done it.
I actually,
UFC career. She's
picked her
done
on purpose, but.
Oh shit! Rudy froze.
That Dylan and Logan shit.
Rudy always freezing, man. Never fails. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this real quick.
Yeah.
We'll have to get
But that misfit boxing, oh my god, fellas.
Yeah, well,
let's talk about that misfit boxing. Okay.
Wait.
When Rudy,
Dylan was just there for a goddamn payday.
Before we get into that misfit boxing shit, Golden Boy boxer, Mr. Christian Chimpa Gonzalez. He is 19-4. I am talking to him as we speak. Well, not right now, but I am talking to him. We might be able to get him on the show either next week or the following. Yeah, he's a badass. He did drop his last 2 fights, but it's okay. This guy is a G, man.
He's a real boxer, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's a real boxer.
And now back to, like Mark said, Misfits boxing, that whole shit show.
My God, guys.
When Rudy gets back, we'll go to Outside the Cage News. It'll kind of, segue into that. But my goodness, what an embarrassment. What a circus. Wow. Like, if you didn't tune in this past Saturday, like, you're not a real boxing fan.
I'm kind of glad my fucking feed cut out on me for most of it. So I'm pretty happy about that, to be honest, because it was a joke. And honestly, I feel like Dylan was only there for a goddamn payday.
Well,
it was embarrassing that he even did that. He just trolled it. He trolled the combat sports world. That's all he did, was troll the boxing world, combat sports world. That's all he fucking did, guys. And he fucking succeeded in doing it. He got a great payday.
No, but listen to this. Speaking of payday, he's appealing the loss. He thinks he's going to win the appeal, and he thinks that the DQ could have came on the side of Logan Paul. And you guys seen the shit show, Rob?
For what?
Rob, who won the fight?
Logan Paul won.
But did he really win? Did he really win?
No, dude.
Okay. Fucking Logan won.
My brain hurts just talking about this fight. I mean, come on. How are you going to try to do a guillotine chokes attempting guillotine chokes on him
and multiple takedowns
and not even be able to take him down? Yeah, you're wearing boxing gloves still. I mean, dude, come on, man.
Hey,
that's no excuse, Berto. They did it in Brawl for All back in the day, so he could have done it.
See, and that kind of shows you that whatever they want to try to go shit show style and fight, and Logan fights him in MMA. He failed on the takedowns in a boxing match and tried to pull like a cheesy, just cringe Nate Diaz like that. Even when Nate did it, it was kind of low key horrible. And then Dylan Danis does it. So I mean,
in the words of Rudy Lara, dildo Danis.
But like I said, the appeal.
And honestly, if Logan really wants to make a career out of this shit, be honestly taken serious too, just like his brother, he needs to do a lot more work. You know what I mean? Like, he needs to do a lot more work if he wants to be taken serious, if he wants to be, a real boxer. If he wants to, move forward, he needs to work a bit more on this shit. He ain't ready just yet either.
And he thinks he's actually going to the UFC too to make things matters worse with Dylan. Recent statements. He thinks the UFC is next. And apparently this pay-per-view got 1.3 million buys.
Yeah.
Fuck off. No, it did not.
They got a shit ton of buys, bro.
I want to see proof. I want proof of that. I want fucking proof of that.
Yeah.
I want legit proof and not Photoshop proof either.
It broke all boxing records, bro.
Fuck off. That's not even possible.
Man,
How did that fucking break boxing? Fuck off. Okay, what does this world come to that broke boxing fucking
It's
record,
Logan
fellas?
Paul, dude. We're living in his world.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty.
That wasn't even the fucking main event. The main event was KSI and Tommy fucking
Who gives a
Fury.
shit about that fight?
I think it's hilarious too that
That was another one that fucking annoyed the shit out of me too.
listening. I know you guys. I don't know if you listened to Michael Bisping and Anthony Lionheart Smith podcast. They came out just the other day and were very vocal about it. And Michael Bisping even said that he's willing to just like come out of retirement. He don't give a shit. He just wants because they were talking shit, saying the MMA fighters can't keep up with them. And they're. I mean, he's fighting Dylan Dennis, Logan. He's not a boxer. He's not a striker. They're fighting guys. It's tailor-made matchup for them. So Michael fucking Bisping, the legend, pops his eye out on his podcast and is like, I don't give a fuck. Let's do this. We can go to the gym. And even Anthony Smith's like, I'll do
They
both.
would fucking piece him up.
Anthony Smith said he'll do both of them in one night. He's like, bring Logan in or bring Jake. He's like, I don't want the media, the cameras. I'm not looking for attention or like whatever, the Jake Paul effect. You guys want some sparring or you want a real matchup against a boxer? Let's do this. So love that shit.
I'd love to see that, honestly.
Yeah. And
Hey,
leave
what
it up to
time are-
Disney, though.
Yeah. What time are we getting Sam on the show?
Sam, I texted him earlier. He's at his food truck, which is amazing. He'll tell us all about it. He's doing a gig, and he's available here in when we do the pick'ems in the later portion of the show. He'll jump on. We'll do some picks for the UFC 294. But yeah, Sam's out there slinging the Smiley Burgers, or what is the name of his food truck? Food Fight. His name is
Food
truck
Fight.
is Food Fight. Yeah. So, but we need to hear Rudy Lara's take on his favorite boxer,
Yeah.
Dylan Dennis, when he gets back on, and then we'll transition to some outside the cage news.
Yeah, unfortunate update, he said.
No. Well, that's a Rudy Lara hit.
But that was just like even the main event, like KSI kept turning his head. No wonder you got punched in the back of the head, you dumbass. You kept turning your fucking head. That's what happens when you turn your head, you get punched in the back a bit, moron.
I don't know.
No, I was seriously, it pissed me the fuck off, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to vent this much, but it pissed me off.
I think the best
You
part
know
of
what
the
really grinds
fight,
my gears? You KSI and fucking Logan Paul. Fuck you.
I think the right hand that Dylan Dennis threw at security would have KO'd anyone on earth, right? If it landed.
Oh my god, seriously, my kid throws a better fucking right hand than fucking Dylan Dennis. Are you kidding
Hey, and
me?
that's one of like the 8
That's right.
punches that he threw the entire fight. One was at security, and 7.
He threw 9 punches in total.
Could you imagine?
9 punches in
You're
total.
paying all this money to watch the main and co-main, either by pay-per-view or being there in person, and you get a shit show like this. Obviously, you already know that you're going to get a shit show. You're going to get a circus fight, but still, you still want to have that type of like excitement, right? Because you have Dylan Dennis, a UFC or MMA vet, and you have Logan Paul, who's been fighting and doing, WWE wrestling. You would think you would think that you would get some sort of entertainment, but you got a boring ass fight. The only anything that was entertaining was the very end. That's it.
Rudy's not here to raise the pyramids, but I believe that shit was all staged, completely front to back.
Oh, dude,
Of course. It was WWE-esque. It was very WWE-esque, honestly. Like, did TKO purchase Misfit Boxing too? Because it's very like WWE-esque in there. And the call out at the end of Rey Mysterio, like, why the?
Yeah,
what's the point of
was
that?
just random as fuck.
Like,
that was cringe, bro.
And I think too, because like after the fight was done or whatever, like Dylan Dennis was like escorted out. Like you said, the post fight, it was promo for Jake. Of course, Jake got in the ring and he wants the fight with Tommy Fury, the rematch. Tommy Fury won. Had he lost, and like KSI and Logan are boys, like that ain't happening. So like those fights weren't real, boys. I'm telling you, that shit was not real. Those were magic tricks at a circus. But I love the tweet. I forget the user though on Twitter. It's like I didn't pay money for this, but I still want my money back for watching this. You know what I mean? So yeah, straight up. Yeah, we all deserve our time
Oh,
back
that's
for whatever
horrible.
we did commit to watching that complete fucking shit show. So
The influencer boxing is really starting to get under my skin a little bit. Like, there's a couple that are taking it serious and are actually, trying, but then there's a couple that I'm just like, no.
well, Mark, you were
You
like
know what I
the number
mean?
one
And
advocate
thankfully,
for it
the Astrid wet and
at the
yeah.
beginning of the year. Mark Anthony
What?
Miller was all in on these fights. Now,
No, not all of them. Some of them, but not all of them. No. If you watch the Astrid Wet and Alexia Grace crap beforehand, no, that's even worse. That was just as cheesy.
I didn't. Rob, you didn't catch the tag team boxing match too?
I
didn't see
didn't.
it.
I didn't see it.
Okay, that part was fucking hilarious. Honestly, that part cracked me up a bit. I won't lie.
I know.
Because I thought it was
Rudy did,
funny.
but who the hell is he?
Rudy
But
watches it all. He loves it. You know?
he loves all that shit, man. I bet you he was like just jumping for joy. See the tag team boxing, bro. Like, come on, what the hell?
Oh, and
and ended in a freaking draw. You know what I mean? Like, it was a freaking draw too.
But
no, like, what? You couldn't even declare a damn
my
winner in
ultimate
it?
take on like the shit show with Logan and Dylan, because Mike Perry was there to like kind of hype things up, and he was a possible replacement. Mike Perry wasn't gonna sell out for like that WWE shit and take a loss to Logan. He was gonna go in there guns blazing and try to take his fucking head off, and they didn't want that.
Oh, he would have tried to take his head off.
And apparently they got him booked for not Michael Chandler, Eddie Alvarez.
Eddie Alvarez, yeah, BKFC.
Yeah. Oh.
So, see, Mike Perry has real fights that are like real boxing matches, bare knuckles. So
Real fights.
It makes sense. Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think it's before the end of the year, right? They say it's because there's 3 title fights or something like that on the card. I don't have it queued up at the moment, but yeah, there's what's her name? Your girl, Rob. She's defending her belt. What's her name?
Yeah.
Perea
versus Beck Rollins.
Chandler versus
Alvarez.
Oh, Alvarez. Sorry.
Everett. Perry versus Alvarez. And Freya versus Beck Rollins. That should be a good little scrap.
I thought Dylan Dennis disclosed what he got paid, but we'll never know like what he actually got paid. But it was way more than he should have. I'm trying to find out. Like I said, he had an interview with John Morgan. But there's a lot of people. I mean, like you said, Mark, he just trolled the entire combat sports world. The media is interested in it because they love shit like that and drama, and that's just the way it is now. It's like everything outside the cage matters more than what happens in the cage these days. If that makes sense, right? Like it's drama. So, and it's kind of been that way for a while. Not necessarily the Conor McGregor effect. It's just I've always said it over and over. It's not about the fights anymore. There are some real deal fights, which UFC 294. When you get to that card, there is some real deal shit going on there. But just going back on Logan.
Mike Perry versus Eddie Alvarez, Ben Rothwell versus Todd Duffy, Christine Perea versus Beck Rollins, and Kai Stewart. Yeah, buddy, my buddy there versus Howard Davis.
Yeah,
so that's weekend, the lineup for now.
Josh Mayer this weekend too, our homie. He was on the show.
Our homie's on. Yep.
Josh is throwing down, so that'd be good. Definitely tune in, check Josh out, and didn't have to travel far like we discussed last week. So looking forward to see him in there. I know Jarrett Kelly. Jarrett, not a real fight fan. You better be watching.
He'll be working.
Yeah, don't be working. Not this Saturday.
Not this Saturday.
Or it's Friday, right? It's tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Okay.
Dude.
This week is gone. My days are just like mushed.
Yep.
But in the end, 4 of those men made like a shitload of money compared to any of us will ever make in a lifetime.
And more than anybody, more than any UFC current champion, they made more than like any of them combined. You know what I mean? Besides like Adesanya, right? Man.
Pretty much.
Rudy Lara, are you with us?
No.
You are
No.
back.
Nope, and he's gone.
Oh,
Jeez. They're trying to censor Rudy Lara out. They're trying to cancel him. Our boy, what's going on here? Come on
yeah.
now.
Oh shit.
See the times we live in, guys. Like YouTube. Well, I know we're not. Well, we are on YouTube, but
Yeah.
like, there's been a lot of people that
Yeah.
have been saying stuff like that happening with YouTube for like most minimal things. Like it's getting kind of. I don't know. I better not say what I really want to say, but
No. You don't want to
Mhm. Can't see this.
drop
Can't
our
see that.
stream.
yeah. Blame Rudy
Right?
Lara. I blame Rudy for everything.
Do you?
Yes.
Can you
I
hear me
blame
now?
you.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can hear you.
Yeah, we
you
can
are
hear
to
you.
blame for Dylan Dennis throwing a haymaker at a security guard. You've seen that shit, right?
Oh yeah, the Logan Paul Danis event.
Yeah, we just
It
got done
was
talking about that, so
it was
we need
epic,
to hear.
bro. It was epic. It was the greatest event ever recorded in human history.
And the tag team boxing, I know you love that shit.
Oh, that was entertaining. Actually, it was entertaining to watch a bunch of just people I have no idea who they are hit each other.
Yeah,
Nah, man, I'm just joking. That shit sucked. The Danis fight was funny as hell because he went for a takedown and he couldn't even get it, and he's still talking shit. And he's saying
Bro.
he wants to go to the UFC. I don't know, man. Maybe he can fight CM Punk.
You can't make it in Bellator,
yeah.
okay?
He thinks he's going to the UFC though, Dylan, but that's not
That boy
happening.
ain't going to the fucking UFC.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
That guy's
Are you sure?
exactly. He's tripping. Tripping.
Necessary, but uh, shall we move on to that time of the show, that segment? I think it's time.
Yes, because JT Tilley will be jumping on here in just a bit. He is finishing his training, so let's get on to that segment, and then we'll get JT.
Inside the Cage News.
All right, we will start outside the cage news this week with some fight related stuff, and then we'll get to,
Yes.
everybody that's listening to the show, we're going to get to kind of, sort of. But this week, Showtime, I've heard they're done with boxing and MMA, and that means Bellator. Can't watch no Bellator. Showtime, Dana White hates Showtime, so he's probably smiling ear to ear, right? So RIP Showtime
Oh, yeah.
boxing and MMA.
Probably.
Yep.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
And that would probably include what wasn't Jake and Nate was like MVP promotions, right? Last time.
Something like that. Mhm.
About to mention Nate versus Jake Paul. I guess it's happening. Like it might happen. Like December
It might
15th.
happen, dude.
I think he's fixing
They're trying to
Jorge.
go out with a bang, and the end of the year is the time. And I guess Nate, of course, went into the last fight somewhat compromised. I don't know what exactly the injury. We know that wasn't. I don't know. That didn't seem like Nate out there, right? Like we know these Logan Paul, Jake Paul fights are kind of. It's tailor made. Like it's set up for them to win. That fight seemed it had that stank. But if they go into a second fight, it leads to a third fight, right? So
Mhm.
does it happen, Rudy? December 15th.
Yeah, I think it happens, but I mean, I'm not. I don't know, man. I think Nate's taking it as serious as he did the first one. He's not. He's just gonna go and get that payday, and if he's able to get a third, he'll get it. Doesn't matter, bro. He's gonna go in there and just avoid getting hit for 8 rounds and get a massive payday. It's easy money. He doesn't even have to win. He doesn't
Yeah,
care.
and not get cut too, because I mean, he didn't get cut. Amazing that happened in the first
Amazing.
fight. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it didn't seem like he was, like you said, Rudy, it didn't really seem like he cared for one, but
Nah,
knew what
he
he
don't
was
give a
doing going
shit.
in there to get a payday. And I don't know if it's worth it. Where like 2 fights with Jake is a better trade off than like a possible UFC return against Connor, which I know you want that fight, Rudy. So I don't know if it does happen, but UFC 300 is still a month's March or something like that. It will in fact happen March or April. So.
Yeah, it's like in April, I think. But yeah, I'd love to see Connor versus Nate. I think everyone would want to see that. Much rather see that than Jake Paul.
Yeah. I think that's like the ace of Dana White's sleeve that, like, low key, it's like, Connor, he's not, or he is coming back, because that's why I want to get to Connor next. He was tested by USADA. They're chasing him down on his yacht, and apparently he gave him bottles of Proper 12, and what's his beer called? The Forged Stout.
Forged Stout.
So my question to you guys is, how the fuck is he passing an USADA test at this point? Like, how?
Because USADA don't give a shit anymore. If they're done, they're going to be done with the
Yeah.
UFC come January 1st.
They're done like what? 2.5
so they're
months?
like, fuck it.
So they don't give
Let's
a
just
shit.
say yes. He passed.
Hey, but no money paid him off.
Well, I'm sure Connor paid him a lot for them to say, yeah, he's clean.
And they got Proper 12. So.
And they got Proper 12. And they got the beer. What more could you
even that
want,
good,
man?
though.
I mean, shit. They probably been partying at the yacht.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, so looks like we got a guest waiting in the wings.
Let's
Bring him
go.
on, Roberto.
Let's go.
Introduce him.
All right, let's go. We
What's
have
up, ladies?
CEO. We have CEO of Slap Fight Championship, Mr. JT Tilley. Bro, welcome to the show, man.
How you guys doing?
We're doing great, brother. Man, finally, we get you on the
Finally.
show, man.
I'm
We've
so
been-
glad to be here.
Bro, we've been trying to get you on for I don't even know how long. It's
I mean,
scheduled.
maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was back in the show fight days, back in the MMA days.
Oh man, JT Tilley, welcome to the show, man. Really do appreciate you taking time out of your very, very busy schedule. Let's get on to it, man. Slap Fight Championship. You had an event. What was it? A week ago? 2 weeks ago?
We just had an event Saturday.
Saturday.
Night, so,
Yeah. That's the link that you sent me, right?
5 days ago. What's that?
That's the event that you sent me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Bro, talk to us a little bit about your promotion and what your involvement with Power Slap.
Okay, sure. Well, my promotion started in 2015. I had seen a couple of viral videos. One was out of Texas, and then another one was out of Siberia. And I thought, man, this guys slapping each other. There were no weight classes. There were no rules. It was just kind of like a crazy viral video type of a thing. And so I went to the athletic commissioner. I live in the state of Missouri. So I went to the athletic commissioner, and I just asked him, you know, what's the chances that you let me start a slapping league? And he said, no way. So I went to all the surrounding states, which I've been an MMA promoter since 2010, I think. So I tried with everything I could to get somebody to stand behind it, and nobody would. And so I put together my own commission and decided to become an underground promoter. And we just started doing underground shows. And the next thing you know, we have millions and millions of views. During the pandemic, we just blew up. And the next thing you know, I think we have 2 billion views now. And about 3, 4, 5 years into it, we started to do pay-per-view, and it became a real business. And then we got a call from Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he wanted to team up with us, and we said no. And then the next thing you know, he had a league that was almost identical to us in every way.
Oh, dude, it was like when I saw that getting promoted, I was like, wait a minute. That's not JT's promotion, is it? And then I remember texting you, and you saw the article that I published, and I tagged you on there. And you even said to me, dude, that's not my promotion.
I was like, that's not me, brother.
What the fuck?
Here's what happened. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he had his manager call me. They wanted to have us do a slap event at the Arnold Classic, which sounds great. But they wanted us to face, they called them the Russians. But there's never been the thing about slapping is that it's not a Russian sport. It's never been a Russian sport. One day at a powerlifting event in Siberia. A guy looked at his cell phone and he saw a video of some guys at the Ink Masters tournament in Texas. And he said, hey, let's do this in between our powerlifting events. And so they did. And it went like 171 million views later. Everyone suddenly thinks that slapping is this Russian sport. No, it never was. And so what happened was we started our promotion first. And then within a couple of months, there was a Polish promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone just kind of wrote this narrative that they were Russian and they were the big leagues. And it was like, I knew that these Midwestern boys will win those fights. So I said, let's go. Arnold said, let's do Russia versus America. And I said, I tell you what, Poland, but let's go. The only thing that we want is we want the prerequisite that they have to be steroid tested. And because our guys are. And those Polish guys are monsters, man. They're all. So Arnold, of course, says no to the steroid testing. Go figure. So Arnold says no. And so we said, no, we're not going to do the show then if you're not going to give us an even playing field. And so then we stepped away from the deal. And needless to say, the Polish went to Arnold and swung the deal. They made up matching jerseys. They changed the name of their company from Punch Down to Slap Fighting Championship. And they convinced Arnold that it was us and them teamed up. And they did a show, and it was a really horrible show, and then they went away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that was a tough one. And so we thought, you know, in this particular battle, here we are in the underground, and we fought all these little battles along the way to make this into a sport. And I guess the final boss was Arnold, you know. And so, you know, as soon as we get past the Arnold Schwarzenegger saga, I get a phone call from Dana. And, you know, I've been in mixed martial arts for 25 years. I've never gotten a phone call from Dana. And he hits me up and he wants to bat business, and he wants our league, and he wants to, you know, do business. But, you know, I was in a position at the time where, you know, I'm fiercely loyal to these guys that take slaps for me, like fucking fiercely loyal, you know. And there was a lot of money in the picture, and I just didn't feel like it would be cool to get rid of half of them and take the other half to stardom, you know. So we told him no, and we decided not to work with him. And then he went on and did a slap show by himself, and it didn't go well. So he called me back, and we kind of negotiated a little bit, and we finally just decided that I would become the consultant to Power Slap, and I would continue to run my show in the underground, and I would help him to develop his show. And so that's what I did. But, you know, and I'm still under contracts. There's a lot of stuff I can't say.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It's sort of morphed into something different. So, you know, I love the guys at Power Slap. The competitors there are great. I like most of them. You know, some of them can kiss my ass, but they know who they are. But most of them I love. And just to be honest, I hope they all do really well. But it's gotten to a place where it's a different type of competition than what we do in the underground. In the underground, we do 10-round fights. Power Slap's 3 rounds. We're a little bit more, you know, consistent with the rules, I think. I like to think. But you know, Dana and I worked together, and Hunter Campbell and all the guys at the UFC, and we produced the first reality series, and we took the champions from Slap Fight and put them in as the coaches. And, you know, the rest is history. It didn't go well. The show got canceled. It didn't have great ratings. And, I mean, I think it just didn't do well. It wasn't marketed well, and it just failed. And then the pay-per-view model that we had with Power Slap didn't happen. And so now Power Slap is just free, you know, on Rumble. And I love watching it. It's great, but it's not what it was going to be when we first started. It's now just kind of a different, you know.
Yeah.
And Slap Fight, you know, Slap Fight, we still kick ass in the underground, and all of our fighters are great. None of them ever jumped over to Power Slap. I took 4 with me when I went. I took the Bell, who's now the heavyweight champion. I took Wolverine, who's the light heavyweight champion. And I took Frank the Tank, who requested to be released and come back here, and he's now our heavyweight champion. And I took Darius the Destroyer, who's the best in the world. And you know, we love Power Slap. You know, those guys are great, but none of the guys from the underground aspire to go there. It's just different.
I noticed. And I noticed on the on your event, when you were mentioning about the rules, y'all are very like hardcore on those rules, man.
Roberto, you know the deal with me, man. You
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
back,
I know.
you remember back 2012 when my investor ducked out the back door and I got stuck
Uh-huh.
with all those fights. I had to mortgage my house to pay the
Yep.
fighters.
Yep.
We had an MMA card with Derek Brunson and Sam Alvey, Ronda Rousey. There were 25 UFC vets, and the guy with the money ducked out the back door and left me hanging. And John Morgan was there. He was our one of our commentary guys, and he's now the most powerful journalist, and he just happened to be there, and he watched me write checks to all these guys out of my account, and I went and got a second mortgage on my house to pay everybody. And, first here, I don't care if it screws me out of millions of dollars. Like, at the end of the day, man, I've been in the fight business for so long. It's really about the fighters. Anybody that ever comes to any of our shows will tell you that we love the fighters, and one of our guys got cut real bad the other night. It was the bloodiest fight I've ever seen in my life. It wasn't on the broadcast. It was a prelim fight, but it was horrible. It was the bloodiest thing I've ever seen in any combat sport. And of course, we all went to the hospital and spent the night with the guy at the hospital instead of going to the after party. That's the kind of company that we have here, and I'm really proud of that above everything else.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
And JT, we thank you for joining us, of course, sir. We've had a lot of the power.
Hey, man, I love you guys. You guys don't know I've been watching you the whole time, man. Inception of this show. I'm so glad.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
We've had a lot of the Power Slap guys of recent since the inception of Power Slap. I'm sure you caught a couple of episodes. Yeah. What do you think of this card coming up on the 25th, though? Because it's being pushed. It pushed pretty big, and I don't know if there's another event to follow up before the end of the year, or is it just going to be this event and that's it?
This is the last one for Power Slap for this year. I love it. I love that there's been 5 Power Slap shows, and every single one of them has featured a main event with a slap fight championship guy. I love that. But this one's got 3. The Crazy Hawaiian, the Bell, and the Wolverine. They're all 3 in title fights, and they're all 3 underground slappers. So obviously I'm going to root for those guys, but I really like everybody there. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what federation you compete for. You're a competitor, you're a slapper. And, I built this, I wrote the rules. I'm there's no coincidence that stepping, flinching, and clubbing spells SFC, guys.
I
mean, I've been making new sports all my life. This is just one of the first ones that hit. But for us, for our company, we've got a lot of sports. We've got Jiu-Jitsu Championship. We've got Ultimate Tire Wrestling, and we've got a lot. We've got professional food fighting, sumo boxing. We've got all kinds of crazy shit.
Everything right up my alley. Everything right up my alley, man. I love I love all of it. I love all of it.
Sending you this shit.
And I got people who give me shit for loving stuff like that, but I'm like, you know what? It's entertaining. It's entertaining, man.
Yeah. Bro, I have a lot of friends in the jiu-jitsu business, coaching MMA and studying, jiu-jitsu for 20 years now, and half of my jiu-jitsu friends just can't stand the car-jitsu stuff. And the other half can't wait to get in the car, So, it's controversial, but hell, we got 25 million views this month. So I think it might be the next big thing. I was at the UFC Apex and I showed it to Gordon Ryan, and he said he thought it might be the next big thing. I said, can I quote you on that? He said, no.
He wouldn't compete. Yeah, he said he wouldn't, right?
It's like watching to me, it's like watching a Jason Bourne movie, It's like an action scene out of a Jason Bourne movie. It's very entertaining. If you haven't seen Jiu-Jitsu, you got to.
Oh, it's insane. But to answer your question about the fights this weekend, man, I'm all hopped up on pre-workout. You guys can't tell. I just finished training. My guys just left. We're at the gym, and I got them all out of here just in time to hop on. But I'm all hopped up on C4.
A Mountain Dew.
But in response to your question, I think you're going to see probably the best offering from Power Slap yet. They've had a lot. I mean, right now they're filming the Ultimate Fighter, or not the Ultimate Fighter, the Power Slap Road to the Title, the 2nd season. And, I think this might be the last Rumble card. I'm not completely sure if they've swung a new deal or not. But, I think they're pulling out all the stops. They've spent a lot more money on the production for this one. But at the end of the day, it's about fighters, It comes down to whether or not the officials are going to allow the fighters to fight. Is it going to be a night where they stop the fights early again and guys don't get to fight, or is this going to be something where they don't call the penalties, or are we going to get to see these guys go to battle? For me, that's the inconsistency. But there's guys on this card. There's some great guys on this card. Power Slap has found some good slappers. They've got some good guys, and they do have some nice battles, and so I'm really excited about it. It's just that for me, there's just a difference in the competition. So I don't really like to compare Slap Fight Championship to Power Slap. I just think that all the best slappers have always come from the underground, and they always will. And it's no disrespect to any competitor in any other show. It's just that we do it here, man. These guys down in the Midwest, don't come down here, man. Don't come down here and disrespect them. They're not just slappers. They'll lock themselves in a car with you. They'll shove you in a tire. These guys will submit you. These guys are for real, but they're not making the money that the Power Slap guys make, but they're also not begging for fights like the Power Slap guys do.
Yeah, I got to ask you too.
They're also, these guys here, these guys at Slap Fight, it's different. They have amateur careers. And that's the thing about combat sports is, again, no disrespect to any other league, but in every single combat sport that I've ever been in or competed in, you've got to have an amateur career where you hone your skills before you go pro. And so you've got guys at Slap Fight that'll have, 5 or 6, 7 fights before they're professionals. And it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to just call a phone number and fly to Vegas and have your first fight, and now you're a professional, best in the world, top 10 in the world. I'm sorry.
Agreed.
There's an 0-2 guy in the rankings, top 10 in the world at heavyweight. To me, it just doesn't make sense. I love them all, but here's the thing, man. This is a fucking fight league down here. We run this like a fight league. These guys earn their way to become professionals. They make decent money now. There's times when they didn't, but they do now. And these guys are down to compete, and they're down to bang, and I'm proud of them. And I don't ever want to position them as to be inferior to any other athlete. These guys are here because they like to test themselves, and they like to fight, man. And they want to go 10 rounds. We had one that went 11 rounds the other night. And, of course, we've had them to go 25, 26, 27 rounds. And these guys are protected, They have a rule structure here that works. Power Slap, on the other hand, you got some big-ass dudes headhunting in that league. They want their knockouts. They want their bonuses. And so you got some great action, man. Those guys are in a whole different situation, though. When they come here, it's a different rule structure and vice versa. So, this weekend, I would imagine you're going to see a card with probably 50% knockouts. I think you're going to see some pretty big upsets. And I think you're going to see some people coming off the bench and learning some lessons.
Got to ask you too, JT. I've seen it on your Facebook feed. I had no idea it existed until I seen the tire fighting. How long has that been going on?
Well, we have this new deal. I sold Slap Fight. I haven't told anybody. I think Roberto, I think you're the guy.
You did. Yep, you did tell me. I remember.
I sold Slap Fight. We didn't make a big deal out of it because I'm still running it, but I cashed it in, man.
Oh,
congratulations!
Thank you, guys. I tell you what I did though. I cashed it in, and I partnered with a company called Pro League Network. And Pro League Network has funded the building of a broadcast studio in my hometown, a state-of-the-art broadcast studio underground. And I now run 16 leagues with Pro League Network. All of my vanity projects, all of the things over the years that I wanted to create, they're now funding it for me. And I've streamlined my MMA team down to 15 to 20 guys, and they're now under scholarship to Pro League Network. And they show up here every night, and we test these new sports. And I don't know if you can tell by looking around, but this place is all tricked out with cameras, and we now just create new sports. And one of them was tire wrestling, which was something that we've been doing in our gym for a decade. And it's just this cool way for guys that are good at wrestling and judo to be able to compete in a way where they don't have to take strikes. And so it's just basically shove your opponent in the hole.
I like it.
It's just two guys, two guys, no strikes, no submissions. It's two big, huge tractor tires, and you've got to have a control of your partner or touch the tire at all time. And the way you score points is by control time. So if I can get an underhook on you and push you on the tire to where your feet come off the mat, the clock starts. That's control time. So the more I can smash you on the tire or get you on top and have top position, the more control time I have, the better my chances are of winning the decision. But I can get a knockout if I can just shove you in the hole. It's amazing, dude.
That's amazing.
I think we got it picked up by Pro League Network, and in 2024, we hope to get it regular sports wagering. That's what our company does. We create sports. We test them here in the lab. We film them. We find out the best way to present them. And then our partners in New York City take them to the gaming commissions and get them approved for sports wagering. So you'll see people betting on tire wrestling next year. Later this year, they're betting on Jiu-Jitsu. And as you know, slap fight's already regulated for sports betting.
Bring back a X-Arm.
Hey, man, I had a meeting about that today.
Yes.
I had a meeting. I want to go on the record to say there's no way in hell I would ever promote X-Arm, but I did have a meeting with I had a meeting with a professional arm wrestler, Casey Stevens, and we're working on some hybrid stuff with some arm wrestling guys right now.
Awesome.
It's just so much fun. And, you know, that's the thing about our company is it just went from being work to being fun. And there's just a lot more money back in the company now than there was before. So we're really excited about it. But we're also down to clown, man. Like when you guys think about it, you're like, hey, man, I've got a great idea for a sport. Hit me up, man. We might do it, you know.
Tag team slap.
We already do that. I just haven't released it yet. We have a whole division. I just haven't released it yet. But we're doing it. We also just signed a quick draw match, a paintball quick draw.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Today we started production on Beast Ball, which is one-on-one rugby. It's awesome. And
we
then
need
last week we announced a 3-on-3 basketball league with Kevin Garnett.
We need a full contact American Gladiator.
That's what my partners say. They want the same thing. They want us to create the new studio to be like the American Gladiators and to bring these guys in for all these crazy sports.
You guys think just like me, right up my alley, man.
Well, you guys are real combat sports guys. That's the thing, man. You know, I've got jiu-jitsu experience, but I've never had someone try to carjack me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if they did, I need to know what to do. So we create Jiu-Jitsu, right? It's very practical.
Yeah.
I need to know what it feels like when a guy wraps a fucking seatbelt around my neck, man. You know, I don't get that here. You know, that doesn't happen here, but that happens in the car, you know.
The real world situation, folks.
Real world shit, man. We're trying to make some fun stuff happen, and you know, it doesn't have to all be as popular as slap fighting, but if you can bet on it, it's all going to be successful.
And if you don't like it, you're not a man.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like it, it's okay, man. Like when we first started slap fight, everybody hated me. They thought there were going to be deaths, and they thought it was just like they treated me like shit, you know. And it's the reason we were successful, you know. Just let them hate, man. That's what builds the brand. 1 out of 10 loves it, and that's enough to make a comfortable living for a lot of people.
What's your opinion on that basketball?
You know, I mean, that's not up my alley, but I watched it a couple times. You know,
I know Rudy loves it.
I'm afraid it's going to be blowing out like ACLs and stuff. You know, I'm afraid people are going to get hurt.
Yeah. I can see that happening.
Again, like I'm the guy, the slap fight guy, so maybe it's I'm hypersensitive. But my partners just pitched me Ice Wars. Have you seen Ice Wars?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, my partners just licensed that, and you know that I love that too. You know, that's a cool thing too. We also just bought a paintball league the other day, which is going to be fun.
Can we get Mark Andrew Miller and Ice Wars? I think Mark wants to get involved there. He's in Canada.
Hey man, hit me up and set it up.
Yeah, are we ever gonna get a power slap event up in Canada or what?
I have some guys in Canada right now with the Fight Network that are trying to get us up there. So maybe
Nice.
The Fight Network.
Yeah, it'll probably be slap fight though. I don't have a lot of control over the bookings of Power Slap. My contract with Power Slap ends right after Christmas, and I've chosen not to renew it. So wish them the best. I really do, but I just think I would me. Yeah,
that's the smartest thing you can do, man.
Yeah, Yeah, I can't wait for that day.
Dude, that's amazing, man. Well, bro,
Yeah, it's a fun thing.
yeah, it is.
It's a fun thing. Like Roberto knows, I hit him up with all this shit. We've been close for a minute, and I hit him up all the time. And so there were times when he was like, "You're doing what, bro? That's never gonna work." And, finally something worked. They always told me that you throw enough shit up against the wall, eventually something's gonna stick.
Yep.
And we finally got our foot in the door with slap fighting, and so we milked it all the way. And once we saw slap fighting start to kind of oversaturate the market and dip a little, we decided to dip too. And so now we're no longer just a slap company. We're a company that produces niche sports for wagering, and it's the most fun job I've ever had in my life.
I
dude,
love it.
Yeah,
you gotta do some sort of full contact sport with cornhole.
What?
okay. Hey,
That
man,
just
listen,
sounds weird. Full
here's
contact
what I'm gonna
cornhole.
do, bro.
Come on, Roberto.
Yes.
I'm gonna do this for you.
Hey,
Listen, I'm going to do this for you, Roberto, because there's been times in my career where some bad stuff's happened and you have my back. I'm going to produce a full contact cornhole event for you, just for you. It's only going to happen once because I'm going to take shit. I'm going to do it, man. And I'm going to in the month. And if not,
Call it oil checkers.
call me out if it doesn't happen.
Call
okay.
it oil checkers just for Roberto.
You need to. Did you just say oil checkers?
Yeah, oil checkers. It's
Hey,
cornhole.
Man, give me the rules, Roberto. Write the rules out
Okay.
for me.
I'll write the rules. I'll figure it out, and then I'll send it to you.
Leave all the homoerotic shit out. Every time you send me stuff, it's got all this homoerotic shit in it. Leave that
It
out.
does. Oh shoot, man. Oh man.
Man, I love
All
being
right,
on your
man.
show. I wish I had less pre-workout tonight, man. But it was fun to be on your show.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro. We
Thank you, brother.
gotta have you back on again, man, and try. Maybe we can get you on like through the entire show. We have another.
I'll just start sending you the streams, man, and you can just be on the
Yeah.
show with me.
That'll work.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. We all of our shows are free now, so I'll just start sending you the stream and plug you into the fans, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. We have a show in November. I'll hit you up about that.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, brother.
Right on.
I appreciate
Well,
you all
JT.
the years. I appreciate you all the years supporting all my crazy shit, man.
Hey.
I really do.
You know me, man. I've been a fan and a friend of yours for God. I mean, it's what, almost 20 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time. You're one of the real ones, man.
You too, brother.
I know all the players. You're one of the real ones, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
All of
Yeah, brother.
One guy.
Except for Mark. He's Canadian.
What? He's Canadian.
I'll let you guys speculate.
Oh, shit. JT, thank you so much, brother, for jumping on, man. Really do appreciate it. Let's try to get you back on soon and get you on the entire show. Anybody you want to give a shout out to, go for it.
I'll just shout out all my boys. We had, half the roster of Power Slap was here Saturday night. And so I know a lot of those guys watch your show. And so all you guys competing, best of luck this weekend. I hope there's no injuries and everybody makes their money and has a great time. The slap fight guys, I'll shout all you guys out because you're the greatest and I love you guys. And then, all the fans, if you don't appreciate what we do, I get it. But those of you that do, thank you for supporting us because, to have fun and get better every day,
Hell yeah.
Oh, and baby Jesus.
Right on. Right on. Well, thanks, brother. Have a good night. Take a melatonin so you can go to sleep.
It won't be a melatonin, man. It's actually right here.
Smoke that good stuff.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I'll do that, and I will see you guys at church.
All right.
Later, dude.
Later. Oh man, that was awesome, dude. There's feedback.
Yeah. throughout the interview. There was.
Yeah. Do you still hear the feedback?
It's
Yeah,
one of you. It's not me.
I hear it. Yeah.
Is it my ceiling fan? Maybe. You want to shut that off?
No,
It
it's
sounds like
whenever.
someone's listening through speakerphone or some shit.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Don't know. Not me. It's Mark.
Huh. There. Did it go away?
I'm on my phone. That's about it.
No, it doesn't go away. I mute myself, it doesn't go away. If you mute yourself and it doesn't go away, then and it goes away,
Let's
then
see.
it's you.
It's good now. I don't hear it now.
Yeah, I don't hear it now either.
Yeah.
Do you hear it now?
Yeah.
it's you.
Ah,
Roberto.
it's me.
Damn you.
It was you, Berto.
Let me jump off and I'll jump right back on.
Dumb.
Where's it at? Where's the hell to the now?
Get out of here, Roberto.
Eh,
Bishop Bullwinkle special
Volume.
right there.
No, I still hear it. You hear it?
Turn my volume down, so maybe that'll help too.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Oh,
No, I still hear it. It's not you, Roberto.
It's not?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I don't know.
So it's either David or Mark.
Then
I
I
just turned my volume down, so I shouldn't be able to. So I don't know.
Ooh, it's Mark.
Yeah.
It's all Mark's fault.
I blame Mark. And yeah,
What the fuck?
that's very proper.
I
Yeah.
turned all my shit down, so it shouldn't even be me.
Well, I don't hear it that
Before
much
I could
anymore.
actually see the thing move when I heard you guys talking. So
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's try to get Sam Alvey on, David, if you send him his link.
Yeah, he's got the link. Hopefully Sam jumps on. He's in the middle of making tacos, burgers, and I forget what he has on his menu. He has some pretty cool, and the names of it are super legit, super Sam Alvey-esque. So
Right
you
on.
guys
Well,
want to talk about
let's-
the poster, the fight poster?
yes, UFC 294 returning to Abu Dhabi, 13 fights slated. The poster,
It's all right.
6.5.
It lost value since they had to change it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, they had to do the switcheroo and
meh.
yeah. I think the poster makers were working overtime. The department at the UFC, they're like, well, let's make sure not to like reuse the same. Well, it's alright though. It's alright.
It's all right. I'm going to give it a 2.
Big fat 0.
A big fat 0.
No, I'll give it like a 4.
Harsh. That's harsh.
I don't
Yeah.
give a shit.
Well,
Man, that
We got
echo's kind
13.
of annoying.
It is annoying.
we have 13 fights slated.
Let me shut the window. Maybe it's my outside sound. Hold on.
Like I mentioned, every fighter's got to make the weight. You know, they got to hit the scale before they hit the cage. So starting from the bottom, now we hear Rudy is looking forward to Sharbutin Magomedov versus Bruno Silva. Magomedov's making his debut. Lots of hype. I mean, I guess it's proper for him to kick off this card, right? Like, I mean, the guy is a fucking killer, man. Like, he looks to kill with every single shot. Bruno Silva has fought some pretty legit competition. What he fought Pereira, right? Before Pereira, that's what like his entry to the UFC, I believe, right? Bruno Silva. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Tough fight. If it was Bruno Silva 2 years ago, I'd probably be picking him against Magomedov in a debut. But the odds had to be heavy in the favor of Magomedov, right, Rudy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think
and
Tapology had
this
Magomedov
fight-
huge favorite. Did they, Rudy?
In this fight, Magomedov's a minus 200.
Oh.
So it's not too wide, which is kind of weird. He's 11-0. Bruno Silva's 23-9-0. He lost his last fight against Brendan Allen. Yeah, I don't think Bruno Silva stands a chance. I think he's gonna get
Yeah.
tough. put down probably in the first round by this psychopathic looking dude with one eye.
How's he able to compete with one eye?
Well, Bisbing did it.
Bisping did.
But he knew how to beat the system.
Yeah, it's a new USADA. It's a new USADA. You know what I mean? So
The new USADA.
Look at that guy. Like, can he see out of that eye? That's what I want to know.
He looks like a giant version of the leprechaun or some
Like,
shit, man. Like
if
a
he
fucking ginger Amish dude.
Legit question though. I mean, if he can't see out through that eye, I mean, is he like eligible to fight?
That's what I'm saying. How is he fighting if
know
he's
why?
actually blind?
you know why? That's why a lot of fighters are on this card, and it's in Abu Dhabi and not in Vegas. So
It's weird, bro. I don't
But
know.
That
Bruno
point there.
Silva, you have to give him credit too, because man, he fucking killed Jordan Wright, first round KO. Brad Tavares, he killed Brad Tavares. Like the guy has the potential to maybe stun Magomedov in his debut and knock him out.
Hmm.
I think this fight's an absolute war. Somebody's going to sleep. My pick is
Yeah.
Magomedov. I'm gonna go because the hype. If the hype is real, Bruno Silva is a pretty good stepping stone to get to, like, even if it is the first fight of the night. Say he starches him, there's gonna be a lot of eyes on this card, especially him. Magomedov. You got a last name and near Magomedov. Hell, right now I'm gonna tell you my picks for the entire card. Everybody whose last name ends in a V, I'm picking them.
And Magomedov needs all the eyes.
Yes, it's the whole card. So, but you guys all got Magomedov, right?
Magomedov, man, by decision.
No,
Okay,
I got him winning by knockout. It's gonna be a first round KO.
Mm.
Well, moving on to prelims, second fight of the night.
First
Women's
sandwich of the
flyweight.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rudy stole the words right out of my mouth, and I think
What sandwich of the night? Fuck.
I want a sandwich right now just talking about this fight.
I know, right?
Right?
But I don't know, Jinhu Frey. How old is she now? She's been in the game for a while.
82.
She's had like up and down.
38 years old, bro.
And Dudakova's, that's her area, her region of the world. She's going to have a lot of fans cheering for her. Jinhu Frey, I hate to say it, like I don't understand how she's still in the UFC at this point with the record.
I think she's gonna get a pink slip.
Dude, if she loses this fight, it's over, dude.
What did you say, dude? You think she has pink nips?
No, she's gonna get a pink slip. I said nothing about her nips. I said pink
I
slips.
heard pink nips.
I did not say nips. I said pink slips.
All right, just make.
I said slips, not nips, and not a nip slip either.
But they're ranked 38 and 39. I get it on Tapology. That's why they're matched up. But I can't pick Jinhu Frey in this fight. Like, even as like a dog and a straight pick to win. There's no way, right, Rudy? Hell no. That's a hell to the no.
Yeah, bro. That is definitely a hail to the no, man. Yeah. She's a minus 600 favorite. Dudakova. Jinhu Frey is a plus 395. So
hell no to the no.
You ain't gonna win. Dudakova's all over you.
Yeah.
She's gonna doo all over you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, moving on the prelims. Men's featherweight, a pretty legit matchup right here, honestly. Nathaniel Wood against Muhammad Naimov, and man, Nathaniel Wood, like I think the only time he's ever been knocked out is when I watched him fight in Albuquerque. John Dodson knocked him out.
Yep.
And he was a high prospect then. He's gotten better. Like, I can't seem to pick his fights right as of recent, but Naimov is a killer, and I like this matchup. I think it's kind of the odds ought to be pretty close. But Naimov came on the scene, and who did he beat? Jamie Malarkey with one punch, where he was kind of losing the fight. And Malarkey's like an OG vet of the game, and he could find himself in the top 15 rankings with a win here against Nathaniel Wood. So,
yeah, I don't think he gets it done though. He's a minus 310 favorite for Nathaniel Wood. Muhammad Naimov plus 250 underdog. He's 9-2-0. Nathaniel Wood's 19-5-0. I think just Nathaniel Wood just got way more tools in his chest, and Naimov's gonna have a hard time, bro. It's gonna be a long night. I'm picking
Decision.
Nathaniel Wood by decision.
Yeah,
That's a
same
I got
here.
Wood.
I'm gonna go Naimov just because the guy, like, if it goes to a decision, like Wood is really gonna, like, the best way he can win the fight is the leg kicks and just the footwork. Keep moving, keep Naimov working, but he could get caught. And Nathaniel Wood hasn't shown like the best chin when he gets hit. That's where I see the fight changing, similar to the Malarkey fight, but I see Naimov finishing him in like second round KO.
Yeah, dude. Me
No,
and Mark got Wood.
I got Wood too, and
We all got Wood except Dave.
That's fine. That's fine. Moving on, the prelims, a fight that kind of, I don't know, Mike Breeden's been taking L's left and right and getting knocked
Bro,
out.
Mike Breeden is
He's
going to
gonna
get his
get his walking
ass
papers.
knocked
this is a
out,
gimme, bro.
bro.
This is just a way to get rid
Like,
of Breeden.
yeah.
And
Dude, first
he's
round
getting his
knockout.
booster.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
want to highlight the what is the India fighter, right? They did an interview with him where the guy wants to be like the face of India or Indian fighters, and we'll see what he's got. You know, Mike Breeden is kind of a
Yeah, I think
gift
wasn't
of-
Dana talking about an event in India, and everyone started booing,
Huh?
and then he's like, "What the fuck is everybody's problem with India?" They were booing and chanting Pakistan, like they wanted him to go to Pakistan and not India. It was funny, dude.
well, just best believe that this card. You know how Dana White recently said that he doesn't mind the flags. Pretty sure you're going to see a lot of different fucking flags. in this fight.
Oh, it's gonna get
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
So they might ban him. Like he might just ban him mid card. Be like, no flags. Mid card.
Mid card banning.
But I can't pick Mike Breeden. No way. He's probably
Hell
No, he's
Big
gonna get his
upset.
walking papers, guys.
Yeah. Jubilee for the win.
Yep.
Moving on to prelims, I like this fight a lot. I've been high on Javed Basharat since I've seen him
This
step
is
on
gonna
the
be a good
scene.
one.
He is facing Victor Henry. Rudy likes Kenny G. He seems to pick his fights right pretty often. I don't know. It's
He
what are
ain't
the
winning
odds?
this fight. He's
Yeah.
he's a huge underdog. Well, moderate underdog, plus 325, minus 425 favorite for Javid Basharat, 14-0. So those odds seem right. And he's fighting in his backyard. So I don't think Kenny G stands a chance. He's hit or miss, and last time he hit, this time he's gonna miss. I got Javid Basharat by decision. So this is probably like the third or fourth sandwich of the night. Not saying that it's going to be boring, but it's going to be a decision.
Yeah.
It could
Hey,
very
did-
well could be. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, did we skip a fight?
Yeah. So
Cedric
Dumas
Dumas.
versus Abu Azatar.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at a
Dumbass.
different
Dumbass versus Azatar.
Oh, that's the Potato Man's brother against Dumas, who's he just made his debut.
Potato
lost-
Man.
The Potato Man, bro. Yeah.
No, it's his brother, isn't it? The brother. He's not the one that smuggled potatoes. It's the other brother, right?
It's the other brother.
Yeah, he's gone. Atman Azaitar. That's his name.
Yep.
So
Captain Morocco.
ironically, they're back in Abu Dhabi where the initial potato smuggling happened. So there might be some more potato smuggling going on. You never know.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is going to be an easy decision for Dumas.
It's a weird fight. It's a fight that I don't care too much about.
Mm-mm.
But
That's
Dumas
like
is
skipped
kinda
it.
Well, I'm looking at a different lineup. The lineup I'm looking at that's shifted with Javed Basharat, Victor Henry. But
Yeah, I got Dumas on this fight.
Mhm.
Azatar.
Yeah.
Azatar.
I got dumbass.
The last time he fought was 2.5 years ago. Before that, it was 5 years, and before that,
Mm.
7 years.
Yeah.
He seems to
7.
fight take a fight every 2 years or so. So yeah, Dumas has been he's been consistent.
Pretty active. Yeah.
Past year, pretty active. So I definitely got Cedrica Dumas winning by decision. Another
who
sandwich.
does Dumas look like? Like what rapper is it? Like 21 Savage or who is it? Or Lil Wayne?
He looks like all of them.
Yeah.
What?
But back to Javed Basharat, Victor
Hey,
Henry.
we
like
got
Rudy said.
Sam joining us.
Awesome.
Oh, there we go.
How's it going?
Sam, can you hear
What's up,
us?
Sam?
How you doing?
Pretty
How's it
good,
going,
brother.
dude?
Okay.
We are in the middle of breaking down UFC 294, doing some pick'ems. You're currently doing the food truck? Are you en route home, or how's everything?
I'm en route to the food truck. And
Ah,
we're supposed to be done at 8, but the owner of the bar we're working at, he said, hey, can you do till 11? And I'm not going to say no to money, so.
Yeah.
what's on the menu tonight, Sam?
Oh, deep dish Chicago style pizza. And we're if you want to see, we're always at Food Truck Fight on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome.
Or, excuse me, Food Fight Truck.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in the middle of doing 294. We're still on the prelims. I don't know the rundown of the card. We're at Javid Basharat versus Victor Henry. Rudy's thinking this fight is a grinder. Decision for Victor Henry. I don't know who you got, Sam.
No, not Henry, for Basharat.
Are one of them Dagestani?
No.
Afghanis.
Which one of them lives closer to Dagestan? I'm going to pick that guy.
Basharat.
Basharat?
That's the one I'm going with.
Yeah,
And the
Kenny
odds are
G's
in
not
his
winning
favor.
this.
Yeah, he's a heavy favorite.
Go.
But Mark, you got Basharat though? Or?
Oh yeah, I got Basharat.
Okay, yeah, he's undefeated as well, Sam. So Victor Henry is just a guy that usually goes the distance and very tough guy. But 26 Basharat ranking, Victor Henry's 22. So these guys are trying to get into the top 20s at the 135, of course. So
Okay.
Moving on the prelims, we have Muhammad Yahya, who is isn't he the UAE lightweight champion, making his debut?
Yep, I believe so.
Yep.
Against Trevor Peak, who just recently lost his first fight to Chepe Machine Gun, right?
Yeah, Chepe Mariscal, dude. That was a hell of a fight, man.
Yeah.
What are the odds on this one?
This could be a good little matchup. This one.
They're
nice
really
match.
close, man. Muhammad, well, it opened up at minus 105 for Yahya and minus 115 for Trevor Peak. Right now, it's Yaya's a plus 140 underdog. Trevor Peak's a minus 170 favorite. Yeah, I think Trevor Peak's he's gonna put him away, man. First round.
Sam, who you got? Did you hear me? Sam, who you got?
Oh shoot! Let's take the UAE champion.
Yeah, I'm picking the UA champion too, man. I got Yahya for decision.
Because he's a Palestinian fighter, I believe, too, right? Isn't that
He's
recently?
fighting in his backyard.
He's fighting in his backyard. He's UAE.
Yeah, there's a lot of them on this card, which we'll get to the main card here shortly. This next fight is definitely a banger. A guy you're familiar with. I don't know if he fought on the same card with him, possibly Sam. Tim Elliott, long-standing flyweight against Muhammad Mokaev, who's a big-time prospect for the UFC. I think it's his toughest matchup here is Tim Elliott. That guy is
it is.
Ultimate gatekeeper at 125, right?
It's a good vet in the face, though, honestly.
Yeah. And Mokaev probably is a super heavy favorite, Rudy, or what is it looking like?
Yeah, he's a minus 490 heavy favorite, plus 370 underdog for Tim Elliott. It's getting a little closer, come to fight night, but not by much. I think Mokaev will probably get a decision win.
Yeah.
When you're supposed to win, you tend to win. So, I'm going against Elliott also.
Yeah,
I got Mokaev submission round 2.
Yeah,
I can't pick this one yet, so yeah.
Well, but he's got so many he's on if you include his amateur record, he's 30-0, and in the UFC or the MMA record pro is 9-0. So the guy's had so many previous fights, even coming into the UFC, and he's hoping to become the youngest world champion in the UFC. Of course, that's his dream to do. So, but yeah, Tim Elliott, cardio, somewhat of a. It can be compromised if the fight goes later. Mokaev, though, that submission defense is legit. But Tim Elliott is Tim Elliott, so we shall see. My pick is Mokaev by decision, the tough grind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And moving on, kicking off the main card with the Nurmagomedovs, the first Nurmagomedov of the night, Sad Nurmagomedov versus Muin Gafarov. And I don't know, I think this is a gimme fight for Sad.
I think so
I've got
too,
a-
man.
I've got a firm betting rule: is you never bet against somebody named Nurmagomedov. So that's the guy I'm picking.
Yeah,
Same,
Sad.
man.
That's
He
our
just
rule
lost
here
to-
too, man. Anybody that ends with Gob, Job, they're
Yeah.
winning.
I always bet against him though, so it is what it is.
Yeah, because you're Canadian.
Of course.
And Sad just recently took his first loss to surging contender Jonathan Martinez, right? So, and that guy, I mean, he's a killer. So Sad's got to bounce back, and I think Gafarov is kind of, it's not a short notice fight, but I think that's a fight for him to shine. So Nurmagomedov is the safe pick, the lock of the night, right, Rudy?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it the lock of the night, but definitely a lock.
Well, moving on, the main card, 185, Ikram Aliskerov, who's a scary dude, pretty nasty, against Worley Alves, stepping in on short notice.
Nah,
mean,
he's toast, bro.
Oh, he's toast.
It's a pink slip time for Worley. Unfortunately, he's dropped 2 in a row. Likely going to get this one dropped as well. Minus 400 favorite for Aliskerov. Worley Alves plus 320 underdog. And man, it's kind of like widened. Minus 650 favorite plus 440 underdog for Alves. So yeah, I don't see Worley getting out of this one, man.
yeah,
I have submission win round 1 for Alice Karov.
Nah, I'll give Worley a little more credit. Round 2 submission.
Hey, fellas,
the original
sorry
Go
for
ahead.
coming late. Sorry for dipping early, but I gotta go to work.
All right, brother. Thanks for jumping on, man.
Hey, absolutely, guys. Hey, have a great
Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks for jumping on, Sam.
Thanks,
Yeah.
dude.
I'll do it again.
Thank you. Sam is such a nice guy.
He is.
Jumping on in between, going to the food truck, making money, doing his thing. That's Sam Allen.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I was hoping to ask him if he's I don't know when the next Karate Combat event is, but I'm sure, Sam, you're going to see him featured in Karate Combat. And next time we get him on, we're going to have to get him involved with the tire wrestling. I think it's in his neck of the woods. JT Tilley. Sam fucked some people up with some tire wrestling.
Hell yeah.
But what was I meant? This original opponent was who was it? Imavov, right, Rudy?
Yep.
For Aliskerov. I mean, that was a legit fight. That was super
That would have
legit.
been good. Yeah.
That would have been a very good fight.
Imavov withdrew, and I think they were slated to fight once before where the fight fell out. So this is the second time around, and the UFC is like, call Worley Alves to take the fight. So I cannot pick Worley Alves, but
No.
I wouldn't be shocked if he pulled some crazy shit off.
Oh,
Don't say
dude.
that. Don't even joke about that, David. No, don't joke. No.
I don't see it happening.
Parlay breaker right here, unexpected. There it is.
No
We need a little
contest.
time. Yeah, it'll be a no contest or a DQ or something. Yeah, you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
Just to fuck with
If you
everyone.
can, I'll tell you what. If somebody can predict a DQ on the when we break down fights, you're a real fight fan. Until that day, we'll see what happens.
They're gonna add that to Tapology, DQs and draws.
Right?
They should, because there's been plenty of them over the last couple of years, and we've called a few of them too. I've called a couple.
Or like a what do you call it? Doctor stoppage. Add that in there
Right?
too.
Or yeah, exactly, doctor stoppage.
Or my favorite,
Next fight though.
early stoppage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or
Early
an early
stoppage.
stoppage. Legend. But moving on the main card, an absolute banger. Lots of, I mean, they possibly could get a title shot, waiting in the wings. On Kylev.
Well, the one guy just had a title fight.
Yeah, well, it was an unexpected draw, split draw, rare when he fought Jan. Johnny Walker, man, has he bounced back and just become dangerous,
Yeah, he
right?
has.
He's got one hitter quitter shots, and he's improved the grappling and wrestling too. And the guy is like 6'7", Ankalaev is a big guy, and what he was able to take down Jan. I think he's got better. He's better grappling, but I can't underestimate Johnny Walker no more. I
No.
cannot do it. I don't know if I'm picking him in the fight. I want to see the weigh-ins for this one, but
Ankalaev's
man,
been
any
out for a
fighter,
while though too, David. Don't forget. It's been a while
yeah,
since
it's been
Ankalaev
about a year.
fought. So
Yeah, but
Yeah,
any
this
fighter with the last name V, though, right, Rudy? In this one,
this event is this is where the event takes a turn, in my opinion. You know, like Sam said earlier, you always want to give it to the guy who's supposed to win. But I think this is where things are going to go south for the hometown crowd.
I
I
hope
think
so.
Johnny Walker is going to pull off an upset. I
man,
think the next 3 fights are all going to be upsets. Unfortunately, I'm calling it now, man.
Brazil starts with Warley Alves, Brazil, first Brazilian to win, then Johnny Walker, and then we get 2 Americans that do get the upset, right, Rudy? Is that what you're saying?
Dude.
I think Kamaru Usman. I don't know, man. I didn't like Chimaev's body language. With Kamaru,
I'm just
I don't
worried
know.
about that injury in the
Yeah,
open
but
training.
that video,
That's what
he
I'm
said
worried
that
about.
something popped.
Yeah,
Nah.
that's what I'm worried about with the Usman thing.
The fake news.
Yeah, fake news. Marty Snoozman didn't pop anything.
No,
Nope.
If he popped anything, it was some, you know
Dick
what?
boner pills.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. Like with Chimaev, like hearing his presser, like what is it? The other day, he just sits there and he's like, "I kill him. I fight the best. I fight the belt." Like
He
the
seems
guy
a
is
little bit. He seems like the wolf has been neutered.
he's an assassin, man. We know the guy's a fucking assassin. It's unfortunate that like every single fight, every time around that he does fight, there's some type of switcheroo and like it's weird, you know. Of course, Kevin Holland stepped up last time for like 1.3 million or something like that. I think he got paid, but this time around, I don't know what they're paying Kamaru Usman, but that's what
probably at
Khamzat
least 5
saying.
mil.
I don't think that much, but I mean,
No.
he's fighting for money here because that's what Khamzat said. He's like, he's coming for money. I'd kill him. I fight the belt.
Yeah, but going back to Ankalaev Walker, Ankalaev should win this fight.
Hell yeah.
But I'm going with Johnny Walker, bro.
Oh yeah,
Who you guys got?
I got
Could Johnny
Walker.
Walker,
I got Walker by KO.
you think Johnny Walker could hold the title one day? I have a feeling he might have the belt like in like a year and a half, random as fuck.
Yep.
Right? Like, hey, we'll see. I called it. Johnny Walker champion.
Yep, I got Ankalaev submission round 3.
And who you guys got? Usman Chimaev.
I
Chimaev
want Usman to win
submission
it.
round
I want to see
3.
Usman do it.
Yeah,
I know. I want Marty Snoozman to win, but I don't know. It's a fight for Chimaev. Like he's got to win. You know what I mean? Like this is a fight that he's going to get the title shot. That's what they want. Khamzat.
Unless it's a draw.
I don't know, man. Everybody thinking, Chimaev's just going to steamroll this guy, and they forget who Kamaru Usman is just because his last 2 losses were against the champ.
Yeah. You can't forget what he did before.
Don't forget who Kamaru Usman is and what he's done.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Like, look what Gilbert did to Chimaev and his in their fight. And a lot of people thought that Gilbert won that fight. So we all know Usman has some good pressure.
I think Gilbert won that fight.
Yeah.
And
what did Gilbert dropped Usman too? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So Gilbert's a dog, man. So yeah,
like Usman's pressure is pretty nasty too. So I feel like Usman's gonna shut like a lot of people up this weekend, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's a close fight. It's very close. I don't know the average MMA fan will pick Chimaev just.
Oh, of course. Those casuals are gonna pick Chimaev like there's no tomorrow.
Well, mainly because it's short notice fight. Kamaru's moving up in weight,
which is understandable.
There's a lot of factors, plus the fact that he allegedly popped his knee. Everybody's gonna pretty much pile in on Chimaev.
I'm calling it now. Usman's out. Kevin Holland steps in.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yeah.
He'll make a surprise entrance at the weigh-ins.
Yeah, he's an alternate already. We just don't know yet.
Right?
Yeah, our Nick Diaz is an alternate, right? We just use a secret mystery alternate in Abu Dhabi. But high stakes though, co-main event. The winner gets the title shot, and who wouldn't want
Mm-hmm.
Times Out versus Sean Strickland in February? So
Whoever faces Strickland's going to lose anyway, so it doesn't matter.
hey,
Strickland forever. Rudy
Hell
convinced
yeah.
me. Rudy convinced me.
You're not with Sean Strickland? That real man.
in an election year, going against Sean Strickland, hell no. It's that time for the main event.
Oh,
Here we go,
yeah.
folks.
And we did not know this matchup was probably the matchup they planned on having. I don't know what's the deal with that Charles Oliveira situation. Like, seems kind of funky, but the
Pyramids,
Masters,
bro. Pyramids.
Having the event there is fucking shady as fuck anyways. I don't like the fact that's there. I don't trust the judges. It's shady judging. I just don't trust these judges this weekend.
that's
I feel
a
like
good
Volk
call.
has to get
too.
the finish.
Hey, but still though, you got to look at it on the other side. When they fought in Volk's backyard, they fucked Volk too. He,
Yeah, they
he
did.
won the fight. Like
They
he
did fuck him.
won the fight, I guess. But
But now they're really gonna fuck him in the judges' eyes. Trust me.
yeah, that's a good thing to look at too. I'll be looking at that like Zapruder style all the way through. But the thing about Volk though, him and Adesanya, like those Australian, New Zealand guys, just fucking ultimate professionals, champions. Adesanya's had how many title defenses? Like Volk's trying to make history, and I think he made a very good point. That's the truth. Where if it was on the other side, Makhachev wouldn't take the fight. You know what I mean? Like if it was short notice, absolutely not. Like he was pretty vocal about the last time around when they fought. They were mad that they didn't have like an extra 10 hours to rehydrate. And like they were saying Volkanovski was heavier than Makhachev and like shit like that behind the scenes. You don't hear a lot about it until whatever 7-8 months down the road. But they had that IV thing too, right, Rudy? Remember the controversial IV
Yep.
last time? So
It took 30 hours to rehydrate.
Volk is a gangster, and the guy plans on holding down two divisions where he's fighting, one of the pound for pound best guys in the game for the second time around. And Volkanovski, we know the Max fights. When you beat Max Holloway 3 times, like each time he fought him, it was that much easier. And Volk's been waiting for this opportunity to come about. It came about. He was ready. I'm picking Alexander Volkanovski, making history, getting that second strap. Yeah.
Islam Makhachev. Decision win.
Oh, you're a dick, Berto.
I want Volk to win, but it's
let's
likely
go Volk.
to be Makhachev.
I'm not a big fan of how quick he's taking this fight after the surgery, but let's go Volk.
And then a rematch too. Makhachev, I got to credit his camp too, because those guys are legit and like they come back strong and cannot count him out, man. But I don't know, the Oliveira fight, I guess this is the better matchup, right? Because Oliveira, I think Islam probably would have dominated him, right? Second time around, he would have beat him.
Oh yeah, right? For sure. Easy.
It sucks too, though, because I mean, I love Charles Oliveira. I'd love for him to. He would have got the opportunity for redemption. That first fight was just weird. Like he just
that was odd. I still find that fight very weird.
Yeah, and then this fight,
something didn't seem right in that fight.
But this first fight with Islam and Alexander, a classic, ultimate classic. Of course, high stakes, but Volk's all for it. He's all for making history, and the guy is 36 years old, still trying to hold down 2 divisions. That's why they call him Alexander the Great. And hopefully he does make that history in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Hopefully the judges don't fuck him. If it goes the distance.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So. But Rudy,
I feel like he has to finish it though. I really do.
Rudy's picking Islam though. I know that.
No,
And I feel like Islam, he needs to do more with those takedowns.
Volkanovski, man, but I don't know, man. I'll see. Well, the weigh-ins are going to happen tomorrow, right?
Yep. Early tomorrow morning. And remember, this is an early start time for this event.
Yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern time, right, Berto?
Yeah.
10 a.m. Eastern.
10 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh, for the prelims, right?
For the prelims, yes, sir.
Sweet.
Yeah. So you better be ready with sandwiches, breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything ready to go.
Exactly.
Yeah. You got to make that commitment. So.
Yep. This starts 8 a.m. in our neck of the woods, David.
Yeah. Real fight fans up and early riser.
Yeah, up in the boot.
Up in the boot.
But definitely go to fightbookmma.com for all the weigh-in results, of course. So they will be happening at odd time, not in prime time. Definitely go there, check it out. Of course, 13 fights slated. Hopefully everybody makes weight and we have the whole card intact because, yeah, history will be made, like I always say, boys, in Abu Dhabi. So.
Yes, sir.
It's that time, folks. We got to dance.
It's a party up in this bitch.
Necessary.
Well,
that's going to be our new intro, dude.
Nice.
We need to get the rights, man.
We do have the rights.
Let's go.
That song goes hard, dude.
If Volkanovski wins, we got to play the Men at Work, the Down Under, over and over again. Yeah. Legendary.
Oh, shit. Right on, guys. Well, that's our show for tonight. Really do appreciate everybody that's watching and or listening. Shout out to Sam Alvey jumping on for at least a couple minutes. Thank you so much. And to my boy and our friend of sitting ringside, JT Tilley. Let's try to get him on again and try to get him on the entire show because that'd be pretty fun. Yeah. So yeah, David, you know what to do, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks again to all our guests that joined us. Shout out to JT, like Rob said. Sam, get Sam back on. Do a full card of picks here soon, shortly. But JT's the man. Glad to get him on. And of course, it's another Thursday with the Amigos, episode 193. If you want all the latest combat sports news around the world, around the clock, go to fightbookmma.com. To listen to all our previous episodes in audio platform, wherever you get your podcasts, look us up, Sitting Ringside, Fightbook MMA, like, subscribe, share. Go to our YouTube, subscribe there for all our content. For myself, Dave Rodriguez, Mark Ambu Miller up north, Rudy Lara down south, producer at hand, and El Jefe, Roberto Villa. We are out.